Good morning, students. Today we are going to discuss the remaining part of the chapter Constitution, Why and How. First of all, we are going to discuss the topic Salient Features of the Indian Constitution. Indian Constitution is a written constitution. It has 448 articles, 25 parts and 12 schedules. Citizens have been provided with 6 fundamental rights, which are mentioned in the third chapter of the Constitution from Article 12 to 35. But the rights mentioned under Article 14 to 32 are justiciable. It means if any of our fundamental right is violated, we have the right to move to the Supreme Court as well as High Court. The 6 fundamental rights are right to equality, right to freedom, right against exploitation, right to freedom of religion, cultural and educational right, right to constitutional remedies. Right to equality is mentioned under Article 14 to 18. Right to freedom is mentioned under Article 19 to 22. Right against exploitation is mentioned under Article 23 and 24. Right to freedom of religion is mentioned under Article 25 to 28. Cultural and educational right is mentioned under Article 29 and 30. Right to constitutional remedies is mentioned under Article 32 of the Constitution. Right to property was mentioned under Article 31 of the Constitution. But in the year 1978, by 44th Amendment to the Constitution, this right was excluded from the list of fundamental rights. Indian Constitution also provided with fundamental duties. In Part 4th of the Constitution, under Article 51, Clause A. Next feature is Indian Constitution establishes parliamentary form of government. In this form of government, Council of Ministers headed by Prime Minister is the real executive, President is the nominal executive. Next feature is India is a secular state. In our country, there is no state religion. People are free to adopt, practice and preach the religion of their own choice. Critics are saying that Indian Constitution is a bag of borrowing, as India has borrowed many good principles from different countries. For example, from British Constitution, we have borrowed parliamentary form of government and bicameral legislature. Along with parliamentary form of government and bicameral legislature, we have borrowed single citizenship and rule of law from Britain. From American Constitution, we have borrowed the idea of preamble. Second one, the Vice President of India is just like the Vice President of USA. Our fundamental rights resembles with the Bill of Rights of USA. Like American judiciary, Indian judiciary is also independent. Like the Canadian Constitution, strong center is provided in India. Like Canada, in India, residuary powers are given to the center. From Ireland, directive principles of state policy has been borrowed. Like Ireland, in India, some members of Rajya Sabha are nominated by the President. Next is German Constitution. The provision of emergency powers of the President has been borrowed from Germany. Principle of liberty, equality and fraternity have been borrowed from France. Provision of federal courts and provincial autonomy have been borrowed from the Constitutional Act of 1935. Dear students, after watching this video, you can easily solve your assignment number 2 and assignment number 3.